What's up, YouTube? Easy back with another wild time. Before I hop into this video, please like and comment, and if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. It'll really help me out by just making me feel better, I guess. I don't know. But let's jump into it. This story time takes place about I would say 10 to 12 years ago, and me and my boy Jason were just looking for a spot to smoke like we normally do. Don't really like smoking outside. Didn't want to get caught, didn't want to get hassled, especially in our small town. The cops really had nothing better to do, so we were trying to find a place to smoke. And at this time, I was seeing this girl from Pompton Plains or Pompton Lakes. I can't really remember. And she hit me up and she wanted to chill, but my boy wasn't really sure if he wanted to take the car there. And before you ask me, well, why wouldn't he want to drive his car there? This wasn't his car. This was a stolen car. So you guys could see the dilemma and the issue of him not wanting to take it super far away. And I understood. But he also wanted to get out of the area with the car, and he also wanted somewhere to smoke where we weren't going to be posted up in the whip that was stolen, and the plates did not come back to either one of us. So I told him, hey, Ashley, she hit me up and she said we could go chill by her crib. Her parents aren't going to be home for quite some time. And Jason, he was into that. So we started making our journey up there, probably like 30-minute ride. And we get to Ashley's house, and she comes out and lets us in. And by this time, we already had smoked because it was quite a bit of a ride up there. So we wanted to get a little pregame in before we got to Ashley's house and sat down and started doing our thing. And we went into her room, and I think she busted out like an Xbox 360, some, little video game action, little snacks, and we were good to go. We were ready to smoke, we were ready to chill. And Ashley didn't really smoke that much, so it was pretty awesome that she let us come to her crib and smoke. And we're smoking, and time's going by, and we're chilling, and we're having a good time. And I think we're playing some like Dawn of the Dead or one of those stuck in the mall zombie video games or something like that. Some really cool, like, fun but still kind of cheesy, like, zombie game. But anyway, that's besides the point. So Ashley's parents are, about to get out of work, and she's telling us that we all have to dip. And she's like, I have to dip too because I have work in like an hour or so. And she's like, but I could chill with y'all for a little bit. We could go somewhere. We could smoke the rest of that, or you guys could smoke the rest of that, and then I'll be on my way, and you guys could leave. So we leave Ashley's house, and we're at the intersection right by her house, and she's about to pull out, and a truck almost hits her. She's not paying attention. I'm thinking it's because she's pretty high. And my boy Jason's like, yo, dude, like, you got to do something about that. And I'm like, fair enough. So I call Ashley. I'm like, hey, pull over. I'm going to drive with you to keep you paying attention to the road. You seem like a little too stoned, but I know you don't want me driving your car because it's your mom's car or whatever. And that's totally fine, but I don't want to see you get hit. So she's like, alright, yeah, that sounds good. And I get in the car with her, and we're driving on the highway, and the next thing you know, I see Jason coming around us on the left and going to make a right, and I'm like, that seems a little strange. And me and him knowing that the car is stolen, I would figure he would want to drive normal, not drawing any attention. But as I'm saying, what the hell, I noticed the police car chasing behind him. And I'm like, oh shit, like, that's not good. And Ashley's freaking out and she's like, what's going on? Why are they chasing him? Why is he running? Why is he not stopping? And by this time, I had to tell her, I'm like, alright, Jason is in a stolen car. And she's like, oh, what the hell? How come you didn't tell me? I rode in that the other day, da 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 da. And I said, I just found out today, even though, that was a lie. I knew the whole time. And I'm like, follow him, follow him. So she starts following him. The cops chasing him, obviously. And we're on the small streets. We're dipping through the town. And I see the door fling open. Jason runs out the car. The car hits a pole, stops, bang. Police officer stops the car, opens the door. Dog chases him, canine, ripping. I guess they ran through the yard or whatever. And by this time, I told Ashley, I said, hey, let's turn around and let's head away from the situation. There's not going to be anything that we could do. The best thing right now is to, not be associated with this, because we're not in the car with him. We didn't steal it. And he's the one who ran. I'm sure, he could have just stopped and talked it out. And I mean, I'm sure he still would have got in trouble. He still would have went to jail, but it probably would have been for a lot less time. Because now, it's evading, running from the police, all that type of shit. So, I mean, luckily, right before we left the house or whatever, he was like, yo, E, can you carry this? And he handed me, like an eighth of bud. And I was like, yeah, I got you, don't worry. And that could have been one more thing that he got charged with, but he didn't. And I had Ashley drop me off at my house. And when I got home, I was so shocked about everything that happened. I just had to sit down. I smoked a little blunt and tried to calm my nerves. And I figured out where my boy was, and I went to visit him to chop it up and see what's going on and figure out when he's getting out and all this stuff. And it was just a whole horrible ordeal, especially visiting him in the prison. That's going to wrap it up for today's video. Like I said, don't be like me. Don't be like Jason. Do the right thing, guys. Just don't be like us. Don't do anything you hear in these story times. But thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.